was played in the first matchup, and we're going to be going on to Mirage for map number 2. So, like we said in that previous veto discussion, very similar sort of style of map, if you will, in that Anubis and Mirage kind of feel like fairly similar kind of maps. You know, you can be a little bit puggy and you can be a little bit firepower heavy in this kind of a map, and Mindfreak maybe will appreciate that a little bit.
Most definitely. Rooster certainly have Mirage in their wheelhouse. We've seen them have a lot of success on this map over the years, but then exact same said for some of the individuals on Mindfreak as well. So let's see if this little bit more of a looser style map approach can occur on the offense here. T-side of Mirage looks like an A set, and just a little bit of basic utility as well. So they need to wait for those smokes to pop. Netic, couple of warning shots out, but it's Chelios again. Jordan straight through the smoke, gets the opening rip. TJ with 2. Will it be a third? Not quite. Yes, it will. It's all on the Slimy. And that's done. TJ, colossal round. And he can, tip his cap for that first one. Solid start.
Pretty spicy little round there from TJP. Very nice stuff. I've been watching, I'd say probably more Asian CS than I have ANZ CS in ESL Challenger League so far. And I got to say, the USP work in Asia has definitely not been up to scratch in comparison to what we've seen from the AU teams. It just feels like the Glock is just such an OP weapon in Asia. And that may be down to the ping difference that region has to deal with, where you know, the Glocks are just able to sort of run and gun a little bit easier when, you know, you've got people playing on like 100 ping. At least in ANZ, you've got everyone sort of still at least within the same country or the same sort of geographical location, if we're going to include New Zealand too.
Well, do you really want to consider WA the same country sometimes? Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. But for Asia, it's pretty difficult in that respect. So I think maybe a little bit more difficult to make that USP work. But I guess we'll get into that discussion when we get to cast the Asia match tonight. And for now, Rooster are trying to hold the A push. TJP's going to have to do it once again, but what can you really do against that?
Yeah, now they're just going to have to try and overwhelm CT here. Netic at least will make it a little bit more equal there, 4-4, but look at this push in towards CT. Doesn't quite work out for them. It's the play that you've got to go for there, Jordan. You've really got to try and take that extra point and get the control to push back, especially with these pistols. You know, maybe pick up a couple of rifles from CT, but yeah, for Gump, I think he's just going to chill. He's definitely playing it out that it is going to be a fake, and it is so far. But yeah, Gump's just going to ride the wave and let it kind of happen so far. So he'll hopefully hold on to his weapon, take that into the next. The plant money at least is good, but not... Oh, I don't know. Do they want to invest here? They've not really taken enough... I would say they've not taken enough of a scalp on the Rooster side to consider the investment here, but we'll see.
Well, on plan...
Hero AK?
Yeah... I think Hero AK with a couple of pistol armors behind it definitely can get some work done. I mean, I know what you're saying about the economic damage to Rooster, but
not enough.
I like the Hero AK. I'm a really big fan of the Hero AK. So let's see what Mindfreak can do here. It's not a great start with Gump losing most of his HP. Only play with head armor.
The Hero AK is actually quite a Rooster strat too, so it's good to see that they may be trying to fight fire with fire.
That is true. Same kind of approach on the T side from map to map for Mindfreak, where they'll just take it pretty slow early in the round. And now looks to be a flood through apartments over toward B, and hopefully set Gump up to, if not trade, actually find an opening kill. But Danger's jumped off the balcony at pretty much the perfect time. He's going to set himself up with a little cheeky one and done. And from here, he'll just drop off, gets that early info, gets a little tap in. Didn't get the kill, but smart enough to survive long enough to give ASAP the chance to at least find a frag. Netic, though, going to lose his duel, and now ASAP's in a bit of a spot of bother, actually. Multiple members can fight him at once. Gets that nade out at a pretty inopportune time, but still kills Forlex, so that's one with trade.
What a chaotic round. Danger being there solo. Mindfreak gave enough time in the rotation to let ASAP back into the fray, getting 3. TJ's going to be punished by Tux as well. So he's had a decent start. That's a 3k for him. Now Chelios, 1v2, not exactly the easiest weapon to do it with. No kit either, and I think he's actually starting to moonwalk his way away. So that's Mindfreak getting a very, very early one off the back of Hero AK that was juggled. It did get sent around between a couple of players, Jordan, but that's a good response. Got to be happy with that one, because the money from Rooster, obviously, they've got enough to invest here. That's why Chelios is saving. He was the one to buy into the previous round. Great shot on the Slimy. Will he get Tux as well? Yeah, he will. Awesome. So even though Mindfreak get that round, they do have a fair bit of coin to go back into the pocket. Rooster still line them up with a really good chance into this next one. Money's not perfect, sure, but at least it's enough to get something moving.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the Hero AK on the T side. You talk about how it gets shuffled around, and that's exactly what it's intended to do. You're not necessarily always relying on that one person that takes the AK in the round to be the hero in that round, funnily enough. As long as they can get one or maybe two on the entry, sure, you expect them to then go down. Someone else can pick up the gun, and that's why a couple of other players pick up armor here and there. And obviously it worked pretty nicely for Mindfreak. As I said, I've always been a big fan of that Hero AK. I feel like there's a lot of upside for the Hero AK, and the downside isn't necessarily as painful for the T side as it would be if you would try and do something like that, obviously, on the CT side. So, yeah, you might have a guy where he's playing with a pistol, for example, or a Mac 10 or something in a gun round in the next round. But you've still got 4 guys with a rifle, and chances are you can kind of almost Hero AK in the normal gun round. So I think there's definitely a lot of good that can come from those Hero AKs, and we saw that for Mindfreak. And again, a good start to this round as well, with Slimy picking up the initial kill with the AWP.
Good angle from ASAP as well. Obviously, with Nedic going down, that does give some poise for Mindfreak. Just a slow approach. They're going to simmer after that opening frag. Not really throw it out just yet. Definitely looks like that B lean so far, so they seem to be pretty comfortable with that. And this is the thing, you know, Danger, that role that he does have, it really is sort of that thing of where I'm going to have to be the small side anchor. And it is a very, very heavily reliant role. So his performance can certainly be the difference at times. But for now, it's just the play, little smoke. Will it hold them back? We'll have to see.
Well, it looks like it will, at least for now. I mean, Mindfreak have got options here. Got a lot of time still to play with. They've got a couple of players set up in mid.
Pulled the rotation as well.
Yeah, TJP's push is going to be an interesting one here, though. He's heard that from Forlex, but MP9 is not really going to do him any favors there, and a sharp shot connected by Forlex will bring a Rooster to a 2-player deficit now.
Another shot from ASAP. Still being as patient can be. Mindfreak have got to really start to get moving now, and they will. Chelios gets another collateral. Man, he's just making it look way too easy, isn't he? A couple of these rounds in the games. Now all on Tux. 1v3. 15 seconds. No time. Bomb too far away to be recovered. Looks like ASAP's got his number as well. So there we have it. Mindfreak, they sort of get something showing, but just like that, they're reset.
Yeah, I don't know how he always does it, this Chelios guy. I feel like of all the AWPs I've ever watched in the ANZ region, he's the one that gets the most collaterals. It's just something that seems to crop up all the time for him.
He's been around for so long too, and like always the AWPer, right? You know, it's not like his role sort of deviated much, and it's very much a kind of approach of get me the AWP, you know, no matter what, at whatever cost.
Yeah.
So you see these opportunities thrive for sure.
Going to try to get aggressive toward top mid, and that turns to be a little bit of a mistake for him in this case, because there's a lot of Mindfreak members there ready to take the fight. Nedic gets a little bit greedy as well to take the fight, and so Mindfreak with their setup have basically achieved what they set out to do.
Not able to recover the weapons though. It's the only thing. You can see the patience here, but 2 members parked up. Cons watched. Top mid's watched. Mindfreak are really sort of running out of options. Just have to walk away for now. Give the guns up.
Yeah, it's an interesting setup, Rooster, isn't it? Got a lot of presence towards middle. A lot of onus on TJP to get his timing right there and watch for that player through the underpass. But the fact that that push hasn't continued to come through, it's going to kind of signal to TJP that maybe the hit's not going toward A. And, of course, that information relayed across to the rest of the Rooster members. Nice shot hit by Super. We'll keep it interesting for Mindfreak. But TJP, I think he's heard Gump there. He has. He's ready. And Chell is indomitable in this series at the moment. 6-0 on the second map. And it's going to allow the bomb plant to go down. So that's a small win, at least for Mindfreak. They've done a lot of damage in this round to Rooster's economy as well. But Super, if he could clutch it out, that would be a big moment. And that is a big shot to start it.
Playing these one-on-ones, Jordan. That's all he had to do, right? Chelios waited, didn't jump out the window. Now he's just got that set focus, quick. 7-0, Chelios. I mean, Super, you know, I'll take a bow there for a good effort. Nice crack, but yeah, still, Chelios get it done. This is the thing. Mindfreak, just like on Anubis, I feel like the scoreline didn't quite show everything. You know, maybe it could have sort of stretched out to be maybe a bit of a 13-6, 13-7 sort of thing for some of those rounds that did go by the way of Rooster in a kind of a clutch situation. But that's another one there where you see Mindfreak get the opportunities, 2 opening picks. It's all looking good. Couple of clutch moments. You're kind of willing Super along, but then, yeah, there's Chell, 7-0.
Yeah, like I said, indomitable in this series so far. You just back him every day of the week in that 1v1. Sure, he's got the weaponry advantage and sort of the information as well as to where his opponent is, but anything can happen in a 1v1, except it feels like if you're against Chell right now, he's just going to win that. Mindfreak will set themselves up for an A-take this time around. What's going to be the go time? A 1:35 is when the util gets tossed, and it's the standard set of smokes to go through for jungle stairs and CT spawn. Mindfreak kind of kept at bay by some counter util from with TJP behind triple, looking to make an impact before the site actually is taken by Mindfreak. A 1-for-1, not quite what he was hoping for, but it's enough to keep Rooster interested.
Holding on to it. Trying to get their way back in here, Rooster. CT approach, they have gone for that flash in. Danger being very, very hesitant here, but now they've got a good flash, but it is going to be that spray. Hold down from Tux, he swings and he will ding. Nedic tries to get it back, but it's Tux with the 3-for. And man, looks like it's going to be a fadeaway from ASAP. He has to save.
Poor old ASAP, he's just sort of waiting there for his opportunity to do anything in that round. Like, he's just kind of holding the side of the retake that doesn't really need to do anything necessarily, or shouldn't need to do anything necessarily. And Rooster just capitulate in C4. The 3 players that were there couldn't get enough work done, and there's nothing really for ASAP to say about it. He even gets banged out of that round, and these rounds have been pretty close so far, so Rooster don't have a lot of cash to play with. Mindfreak can now look to accelerate.
At least there's something cooking right now. Going for that opening pick, Slimy. Find anything on the cross? No. It's just going to be that approach towards site. A little bit of Palace forward thinking here. Because Rooster, obviously, they do enjoy their force, but it does make it that much more challenging on the CT side to respond. Missed shot from Slimy. They're really trying to creep their way out here, but it's going to be Nedic. Great shot. Chelios gets tagged up, but that opening is massive here. Chelios now wants to get pushed further in. He can fight this AWP. It'll be a huge result. They missed the wicket, but that's Slimy with the response. Chelios has to get away very quick from the molly.
Mindfreak are going to regather their forces outside of A again, and looks like they're just going to have another crack. It's going to be a double pump, but you're going into 4-player setup of Rooster, and Chell hunting for information, hunting for a pick. The flash was a decent one, but Slimy's shot was better. Still 3 Rooster players here. This could go wrong for Mindfreak, no doubt.
Oh, ASAP. You know, you're sharp on that line. You can't be giving these opportunities up. Having to utilize, take advantage of the smoke that's down, that extra molly. ASAP now pushing through. Does get one. Danger. Drops. But it's going to be Super to get the response. ASAP still alive and kicking. However, only 1 bullet left in the mag. He does try to make it count, but it's not going to occur. It's Tux and Slimy both doing bits right now. Gump, Super, 4 Lake still, you know, putting in their work. A little bit more is needed from them, but hey, that's a reset round. That's a huge moment for Mindfreak where, you know, they should be able to at least tie up their scoreline or their innings from the previous map and then hopefully be able to carry it further forward. So, you know, we're sort of starting to look at the economy position. Rooster, will they even be able to pick up the AWP into the next round? That'll be a big question.
Yeah, it's much better look from Mindfreak so far. CT economy doing Rooster no favors at all as well. There's a good opportunity for Mindfreak to really trouble Rooster tonight on this map. It's a perfect start. Just got to keep it rolling. And you'd imagine it'll continue at least in this round, but... Slimy copying a bunch of damage for free. Super missing the volley. What? He's missed it twice. How's he missed it twice? How's he missed the window volley twice?
Nobody saw that. I promise.
I've never seen that before. You know, I've seen window smokes missed, obviously, from T-Sport. Okay, you know, it happens. But like that? Come on. Oh, no. You don't want to do him like that, but come on. It is what it is. We can all have a laugh at the end of the day, hopefully, about it. But, yeah, that's a fee for him. Still, it's... you know, if it's going to happen in any round, probably this is the best round for it to happen, because Rooster can't really even take much advantage of it. They don't have the guns to work with here. Just the pistols out. And so far, so good, Mindfreak, so no problems at all.
Nicely done. I was almost going to say that was the moment where you cursed it, where Rooster managed to respond, get the pistol 4K there, but nah, not now. 5 alive for Mindfreak. Very happy response for them. Cash for days. No investment, reinvestment needed. Everyone's got enough to carry themselves almost to the rest of the half, really. Unless Rooster do some sort of resetting. And that's that comment I made earlier, Jordan. No AWPs, so Chelios is going to have to play back with the rifle. Everyone's got utility, though. No kit, no helmets. So, it's definitely not the best buy, but Rooster's certainly with enough to get it moving. But Mindfreak, you know, another good opportunity for them for another reset round, another swing round, whatever you want to call it. Momentum.
Oh, timing, unfortunate for Slimy there. I had a little bit of a crack onto Nedic jumping in jungle there, but had moved off the angle already. Much more of a spread approach from Mindfreak this time around. And there's really a hole in the defense there for a moment for Rooster, where they're kind of clearing shot and looking into mid, where Super could have potentially just walked out through that smoke onto B. But he didn't decide to do it. And so Rooster, their gamble looks to have paid off, at least so far. But Tux hits a banger of a shot. And this is a little bit more like it from Tux. This is a better map from him. Much more in the vein of what I was sort of alluding to when I was talking about him in the last map. 9 and 6. It's a good entry to get. Yeah, he's traded back on down, but an entry's an entry, and Mindfreak need a few more of those. Unfortunately, not going to get it from Gump this time around. And Danger with a bit of an off angle here. Will instead tuck himself behind triple, which is where TJP feels like he's really been making his home on the A-bomb side. Mindfreak not prepared for it either way. And this round, it's just kind of falling apart a little bit for Mindfreak. It didn't really amount to a whole lot.
This is the thing that I've been observing over the last little while, though. Like, you think back to the old Rooster, Jordan, which was just very much like, you know, heavy aim duels, forces all the time, kind of rushing a lot of plays, really solid on that T side. But as they've developed over the last couple of years, and obviously there's been longevity in the roster, ASAP's come back in, and TJ's obviously been a big part of it now, Nedic the exact same. Their utility usage has just come like leaps and bounds, and, you know, just the ability of, you know, holding on to their utility for the late round, being able to flash each other back into a, you know, site response, things like that. I don't know, it's been such a nice development arc of character, I guess you could say. And, you know, obviously that's what you're going to need when you're taking it up against the European teams, right? So I'm sure that's what they've been practicing in the back end. But yeah, that's definitely been something that I've been witnessing from them that really sort of gives them the heavy edge in some of these matchups. But money's still there for Mindfreak. They will be able to invest at least maybe a half more time into the 11th if they're unsuccessful here. But yeah, Rooster take the lead back. Mindfreak still in it to win it. We go.
It's a compelling battle at the moment between these two teams. It doesn't really feel like either of them have really gotten on top in this map so far. Rooster have the opportunity to do so, but their money's still not looking fantastic, so there's every chance that it goes the other way as well. Though this round has begun in a similar fashion as the previous couple, with Rooster getting a solid opener. They're trying to work their way in through mid, but they're not going to be able to do it without being harassed on their way.
Hoping for an opportunity there, but it's going to be super to actually break the mold here. Does get punished as a result of it. Nedic Partner in crime will avenge Chelios quickly. And there's that window molly landing. Very good stuff. Out for Forlex. He's actually been spotted in the process. Another frag for Nedic. A little bit disappointing there. Forlex definitely having the roughie we were talking about. So it's left on to Tux and Slimy. Experience and new blood. 2v4. Let's see what they got.
Tough ass, definitely. Tux will go creeping his way on out while Slimy just holds the stairs swing. And it's really going to be on to Tux here to find that kill onto TJP. Oh, but TJ just not giving him the chance. He's just not jiggling that corner far enough. Tux has been waiting for it for a long time. But now the game's been given away. Mindfreak can't wait any longer. And that's the time when TJP uses the strike. So great patience being shown on the CT side. And that's exactly what you're going to want from someone entering in that position on the A bomb site underneath balcony. It's patience, and it's a virtue that has really paid off for TJP in that case. Slimy unlikely to get away with his life here either, as Danger is just creeping forward and seeks to force the scoreline. It feels like a very important round to win for Rooster that could really break open this half.
Locked in, back in business. Money's good. Pretty happy sort of end of half position for Rooster. Still 2 more rounds to go, obviously. Mindfreak have to take the knee. Will allow Rooster to excel to at least 7, you'd say, here. Just given the position. I mean, Slimy, I was going to say Hero AK would be an option, and it will be. Actually going no Kevlar. Look, he's a few different questions. Okay, it's actually going to be dropped Gump's way. I think. I don't know. I'm confused, but it's fine. It's going to be juggled around for sure. But it did lead to some success earlier on in the hands of Gump and Tux. So let's see how Forlex can go in his forward position. Danger back to his anchor position as usual. But I think they're actually going to get moving relatively quickly towards B here.
Danger, though, just jump spotting, and he's got the defensive smoke ready to drop. Just give himself a little space to play around. Already getting himself the 1 kill. Was a little bit unlucky maybe to get through that smoke, but either way, hold on at least enough to get his value out of his life. And that's going to make job a little bit easier for Rooster, as Nedic is finding that double kill, but he needs to do more. Super and Gump have just come out of nowhere. TJP's a 1-shot, but then again, so is Gump. And TJP actually wasn't a 1-shot because he survived on 1 HP. But that'll be enough. And that'll be Rooster with 7th round. It doesn't do much to help out their economy, but it's making the scoreboard look pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, man, you got to be feeling it. As I said, like, a couple of moments on Anubis, now a couple of moments on Mirage, where it goes down to the 1v1, and Rooster are successful through some sort of haberdashery. I don't know. It's crazy to witness, and that's what I love so much about it, right? You know, you put 2 teams into the cooking pot that is Mirage in Oceania, and these kind of things do occur, and it's just like Nedic's, you know, crazy 4K on Anubis. That was in a 4v2 situation, pretty sure, but Rooster going strength to strength, I sort of think, after a little bit of a shake at the start. Mindfreak just hoping for a couple more rounds to make at least this best of 1 look a bit more competitive. But for now, last round of the half, Jordan. And it does seem to be a gentle poise towards A.
3 players over there toward A, though. It's fairly hefty defense from Rooster, actually. There's not as much in toward mid as what you might normally expect to see. Got the call right this time around, Rooster, and that is going to give the game away for Mindfreak. Forlex eating a nade as well. It's been chipped down. Rooster in a good spot. Danger is able to trade, and he's going to look for a little bit more, but just has to go back under the balcony to drop his util. It's always important to get that util out. And Mindfreak will tail away from the A bomb side and go back over toward B. Okay. This would have been where, if ASAP would have just pushed mid and held second apps. Oh, in fact, he's going to do... Yeah, he can do it a different way, can't he?
Yeah, straight through unders. This actually could be huge from him. Super's definitely made the call. I'm sure they're going to be cautious of this position, but ASAP's get all the info. Do they actually peek it? No. They cannot leave this clean. Okay, Forlex is going to have a look, but it's not enough. Woo! That's a big HE. Tux should go down here. Not quite, but it's 2 HP. And I think that might be enough to siphon it off. Yeah, this is it. There's the opportunity. You know, there's been the call, but they just don't quite give it enough of a think here. And it's 1v3 for Super, and he goes down to TJP.
Yeah, 8-4 at the end of the half. Once again, Rooster on top. Eight to 4. It's a familiar enough sight for Mindfreak that it's going to be a difficult one to dig out of, but they're going to have to try and do it on the CT side. Rooster on this T pistol don't look like they're going to be messing around all that much with any shenanigans. It's straight into the A bomb site.
No holds barred. They will slow up a little bit, but site control should be gathered pretty quick. It's just the old lean out, leave one CT, hold back. TJ's already taken control of jungle as well. So it's looking pretty good, but super. Nice response. At least that's an advantage given. Should be in a position to respond now. They've got the Julies. No kit, though, so they're going to have to get a wiggle on.
Well, they're wiggling. They're wiggling their way through CT spawn. That's where the vast majority of this retake's coming from. But Chell's on the mad flank into mid, and his position could well still be key for Rooster in this round, depending on how the rest of this defense goes. Losing lives on the site is Rooster, but they've got the numbers that they need, and Netic gets the kill through the smoke that will seal the deal. Mindfreak can no longer win the round, and it's knife time for ASAP. Not quite going to connect that swing, but he'll connect the shot. And the round goes the way of Rooster. So one step further forward for Rooster, and Mindfreak, again, having to do it the hard way.
Yeah. Tried so hard, got so far, but in the end, something of that caliber, I don't know. But another, pistol going the way of Rooster. If they succeed here, that's 100% for their counters and pistols so far in these two best of ones of the evening. And again, that's a good sign, you know. Always one of those focuses on how much we suffer in pistol rounds internationally. So seeing that level of consistency here, winning out the pistol, then winning out the second round force, always a good sign to see for a team like Rooster. But yeah, Mindfreak, they are in position to at least deny those kind of weapon sets here on Mirage. Have some pretty powerful abilities in the back end, but that's a big nade to start on Slimy.
Well, Rooster taking their time about this one. But they've got the util down, top of connector in the window. And you look at that and think, well, that's going to be a short push. But they've just taken control of short, and they're going to go back up in through connector into the A bomb site. There's Molotovs getting tossed into A to determine whether or not there's Mindfreak members holding behind the boxes. And, of course, as we can see, there is not. So Rooster have done a good job of working their way through the map without taking any losses so far. But I speak a little too soon as ASAP drops.
TJ want to make things work with that Mac 10, but it's actually Netic. Now it's a little bit more awkward for Slimy, but pushing forward is Gump. Chelios will at least deny this level of flanking, but Super gets a response. Now into danger. The stage is yours, my friend. 1 versus 3. They are going to line up. They are going to start to swing. There's one, but he's got to be careful. A second on the bomb. Gets off, actually. That's a little bit worrying there from Gump. Danger's going to secure it. My word. Danger. Stage set and secured. Very well done. Take a bow, my friend. 10 rounds for Rooster. And yeah, one of the nails into the coffin at the very least for Mindfreak.
Yeah. Double digits up for Rooster. Very good to see. It's been a clean night tonight. Nothing that Mindfreak can really do about it either. They've got 2.9k loss bonus, so an investment here pretty much guarantees that they're not going to have a good buy next round.
Hero M4, baby.
Well, look, I'm on board with the Hero AK. I'm not sure that I'm on board with the armorless Hero M4. I think that one's got to be refunded by them.
Nope, just hand it over. All right. So Gump is just going to, oh. Interesting. All right. Handful of AK, handful of M4s, rest of the force. I guess, yeah, okay, so they're just all eggs into the basket of not letting this game go any longer. Either catch up now or let it die.
Yeah, it's a tough call to make. It's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Lose-lose scenario really for Mindfreak here, but maybe they can conjure something. Conjure a little bit of magic. Don't we all want a little bit of magic in our lives? Oh, Rooster are just contacting their way onto the A bomb site. They haven't even been really spotted yet. Chell will drop obviously in connector, but TJP in such an advanced position gets himself a good kill. Needs more than that though, and the player on site did even better. Super for 2, 4x for 1. And it just fell apart for Rooster in the blink of an eye.
We saw a 1v3 from Danger in the previous, but this one seems a little bit more out of reach. Bomb down A main. And ASAP's got a minute to work with. A round worthy of sort of throwing away. You know, nothing really to save into here. It's a reset. They just cop the pistol into the next, but he is going walkabout. So, looks like he is pretty keen to wrap round, grab the bomb, see what he can do. But yeah, Mindfreak seem to be pretty locked away on that A side as well. Jungle and stairs sort of covered. Palace A main locked in.
ASAP just looks like he's like, what do I even do here? You know, like,
yeah.
What's the point? I like that that AK skin though. Elite build, big fan. You know, it's one of the cheaper ones, but I think it's one of the good-looking cheaper ones. You know.
That's very true. A staple. Yeah, just using this as a tech pause, I guess. Rooster don't take them normally.
No,
But
but
they're probably
actually,
talking about the weekend or something. I don't know.
sort of saw them take a couple here and there. I think last time I watched them play, must have been in ESL Challenger League.
Hmm.
So I think that you know, mentality is maybe shifting a little bit.
It's what we've always kind of willed forward, right? You know, Rooster were always, up until maybe, the last 2 years, were that team that, like, could be so good if they just cared. And now they kind of care, and it's sick.
Now it's Rooster's turn to see if they can make a Hero AK work. Oh, in the hands of ASAP at the moment, but no shortage of players that will be eager to pick that one up. We've got armor across the board for Rooster. Danger head armorless, but everyone's going to be a threat if that AK gets in their hands. And if Mindfreak were to lose to this round, well, that would be pretty much curtains for their Mirage. There's a bit of noise made though by Rooster.
Info gathered. HE might give him a little bit of a tickle. Not quite. Oh, no, super. Never mind. Bounces the wrong way. Just burning some time here. Only the singular... Oh, no, 2 flashes to work with, but not much utility outside of that. Netic does get 1 onto super. Main thing is here, Mindfreak still does have plenty to kind of stem the bleeding. Gump will force Chelios down to 1 HP. Now they're going to head their way up to connector, though, so Slimy has to be on the money here. We'll be able to pick up 1, but that's... the heavy hitter in Netic, so always a good result. Gump gets a response onto ASAP as well. Bomb plant goes down. 1v3. That nade should be half decent. No, not quite. Doesn't connect, but TJP will be felled by Tux. Pushes forward. Info gathered, and this should be round done. They're all coming in through CT. Not sure if I like it, but at least they are sort of, you know, marrying off together. Danger gets 1, and Chelios literally a gentle breeze away from death. So should be the lock-in of the defuse here.
Yeah, I mean, Chell's going to let him have it. He's out of there with that M4. Give it a crack in the next round. Fair enough. Didn't work out this time. But Rooster's got plenty of rounds to play with here, so they're not super concerned.
Level of resurgence. Something happening, something brewing. Rooster still confused about their economic situation. So they're just going to go with TJP into the Galil. The rest of them will save it in. So they're only going to give Mindfreak 1 more solid go before they want to fight it again. That's going to be that ace sight line up forward. 3 people here. It's going to be a tough force to penetrate.
TJP good for 1, but no more than that. And Gump, a very long spray down. Maybe even held it a little too long. Stuck around long enough for Danger to finish him off with that P250. And that's going to allow Rooster to try to negotiate their way into A. But what they don't know is that Tux is poised in Palace, ready for a freebie onto Chell and 1 more onto Danger. But that said, Bomb Plant did at least go down. So Rooster, again, are going to have a little bit to play with next round.
Good HE. Smoke. And a frag. So yeah, Tux is really sort of stepped up from that previous map. Forlex still having a bit of a quiet one, but pretty much everyone from Mindfreak is doing their part now. 7 rounds. Definitely making a little bit more entertaining here. Good little dosey-do on a couple of these rounds. However, Rooster are going to now find themselves in a position for a full purchase. The AWP will be secured for Chelios. TJP with a little bit of extra cash in the bank. It's going to go for the Galil as well. So they've got all the utility, everything they need for a recipe for success or disaster. We'll have to find out into this next round number 18 underway. Mindfreak. Yeah, I'd like to see them bring it a little bit closer here.
Well, they are bringing it closer and closer every step of the way. It's looking maybe more believable for Mindfreak, though this will be a more difficult round to negotiate now that they've lost the player early on. A lot of these round wins have come from initial picks for Mindfreak, but shoes on the other foot now. you're just going to have to grind it out, Mindfreak.
Really sort of slow-paced round here. Dry walk down mid. Netic actually gets the opening super. Made the call, but didn't quite get to strike. That's going to be a really, really rough one now. A site completely open. Netic gets another 4x. With the response, this is good. He will trap TJ, gets another frag. It's a 1v5. We'll be looking for another. They are forcing line in. Gonna jump in towards jungle here. You're kind of willing it for 4x, but I don't think he's going to go for it. Danger might have given him a little bit of a sniff there. He drops back up to a short, gets the info, but that's round done. He has to save, has to take it into the next. Money's good, at the very least, with this save for Mindfreak. So, yeah, 4x is just going to have to get out of there. But look at the hunt. They are bloodthirsty right now. Straight into market. No shopping bags, though. Just going to be running for it. 4x should save, but, yeah, Mindfreak, a little bit rough there. They just kind of let it happen, I suppose. Good stuff from Rooster to take the gamble, walk up mid.
Yes, not a super pretty picture for Mindfreak anymore. They're going to have to buy down to 0 in this round, and should they lose that, they really can't fight for their survival anymore because it's 1900 loss bonus. So, you're kind of down to your last chance here as Mindfreak. There's obviously 2 rounds that's still to lose, but you lose this one and it's over. Util's going to go over the top for Rooster into mid, but no real presence being shown there. Mindfreak, on the other hand, are putting a lot of their forces in that area of the map.
Have at least slowed the approach, though, this time. Rooster still waiting top mid. They feel like there's going to be a level of presence, a level of contention, trying to sort of recontest that position, and they'd be bloody right about it. ASAP does get spotted, super taken down quickly, and they're actually happy to exit with that as well. They're not going to try and recontest. They're not going to walk straight into Chelios' crosshair here, so that's a good advantage to be found for Mindfreak. Slimy might have gotten that info. A bit of a risky play to try and fight the good fight, though, so 5v4 still stands. Minute left on the clock.
Workable for Mindfreak. Absolutely. Danger's floating around with the bomb. Not really showing much of a commitment as to where Rooster's going to go yet, but from the movements that I'm seeing, A site seems like it's going to be where Rooster want to end. Mindfreak have more of a retake setup for A at the moment, but they also have a lot of players close there, so they can fast rotate across. Though the thing is, someone's made a call toward B, and they've pulled a couple of players in that direction for absolutely no reason. They've decided to 3-stack B. And meanwhile, Rooster's going to walk their way onto A, and Tux gets his timing wrong, looking for the information. This could not have possibly gone worse for Mindfreak.
Yeah, that sucks. They've got to get moving so fast. Swing will come in. It's just going to be all down to that last little bit of timing. Util's going to force them back as well, so just it continues to churn and burn here. They will start to get the itch slowly forward. Gump's just had to wait inside connector the entirety of the time. Another HE to dunk, just that final flash in the hands of Netic. Nothing except a HE from Gump. Gonna have to clear out mid. And, oh, they're saving. They don't want to bar of it at all. They're just gonna let it run to 12.
Well, they know they have to. If they lose this round and they lose all these guns, they do not buy next round. Yeah. And then it is game over. So they have to save. There's no other option. The risk is too great in losing these weapons.
Oh, man. Dax will be kicking himself for that call. You always sort of wonder, like, that's the thing about, you know, not being inside the TeamSpeak, not hearing the comms, but whatever was heard, whoever made some sort of decision to stack that way, the vibe check was wrong. And, yeah, Mindfreak lose a round that you would have thought would have potentially been going their way.
Attack timeout for Mindfreak. I wonder if it's a little bit too little too late. Asking for 5 rounds in a row to make this comeback possible. At least they've got the weaponry to make it work, you know, in the immediate future in this round. Just a few pieces of util back and forth while this conversation goes on. And hopefully Mindfreak have got a plan. Let's see what they've come up with. I don't know if it's going to be mid-aggression from them. We haven't really seen a lot of aggression actually out of the CT side. Are they going to try to do something to unsettle Rooster in this round?
I feel like that's something that
in that direction.
Some teams do really get rewarded for as well in actually like facing up against Rooster, you know, giving him a little bit of a contest back. But when TJ's going to do TJ things, it certainly does make it hard, doesn't it? Rips the head off as Gump's falling underpass. And yeah, you know, that attempt to drop was immediately denied. So at least they're trying something, because Anubis, you know, was similar, right? They did play a bit more of a slower prod approach, and Jelios actually gets the leg shot onto Tux. Tux will respond, though. A little bit rough there, but he is just a little push away from demise.
A bit unfortunate there, Jelios.
Yeah.
Did everything right, didn't he? He got the shot, but just didn't quite connect. Still, it doesn't seem like it's going to bother Rooster all that much, because yeah, another couple of quick kills come through, and Tux with 5 HP now is tasked with what really feels like an impossible job here in what should now be the final round of the map. 5 HP to try to clutch out against 3 Rooster players. I don't see it happening, unfortunately.
Gambling on B2. Got to go for this one, Tux. Got to make it work. A secured. Surely they've heard it. I think he's just going to have to let it run out, unfortunately. So start talking about what's for dinner, I guess.
Hopefully they've already had dinner. It's pretty late.
Oh, sorry, I'm
not
backwards. Yeah, I'm in a different country again, remember? Come on, Tux. 1v3. Turn the back. Never mind. Damn!
Yeah. 13-7 is the score, and that is going to be the 2-0 secured tonight for a Rooster. It was everything that we really anticipated as well, wasn't it? It wasn't even as if this was a particularly tough night for Rooster. They weren't made to work too much on either of those maps, and got the job done. Cool, calm, and collected, and it's good to see the Rooster roster working out nicely. Obviously, the addition of Dane.